Welcome to the Round 5 podcast for Captain Hindsight. I'm your host, Munster Mash. We're into another round of captaincy choices here for NRL SuperCoach. We've had an up and down week last week, but we've had a fairly good start to the season. So pretty happy with how the picks have gone so far. Look, we'll get into the admin first. As everybody knows, like and subscribe, comment on these videos who your armbands are going to be. It helps us get this content out to you guys throughout the year. We really appreciate it. Also, jump into the Discord if you're not already. Some great conversations there, breaking news, everything you need to know about NRL SuperCoach is there for you to chat about. So I mentioned there that we've had an up and down week last week. So our captaincy picks were VC with Jimmy Tedesco with an 83. So a decent score there on the armband, but maybe not quite what we would have liked. But then unfortunately, the same as many super coaches out there, he was stung with the C on Tommy Turbo, who only picked up a 24 and didn't play out the whole game. He's now out for a few weeks. So he's definitely a trade out for everyone. And look, unfortunately, this is what happens with Tom Trbojevic. He can miss games because of injury, and that's what's stung us at this time. The ups and downs of SuperCoach. I hope people out there put the armband on the other choice we were talking about. Big was Payne Haas. That's where I hope everybody went, or at least if you had the VC on him looped. That was the way to go. It seems, unless of course you had one other player in your ranks, and he had the top score for the week. Jacob Preston, he busted out a monster 122 for a huge score. It was, absolutely massive, and well done for those who have him. But we're not here to think about what happened last week. We're here to talk about what happens in round 5. So we've got a few options popping up, and the first cab off the rank is the return of the Prince of Penrith, Nathan Cleary. Now, his average for the year is obviously down due to that injury-affected game, but over his career, he has an average of 83 against them. So against the Cows, his recent scores, not great last year, but a big score in 2023. But the big thing, and this is why I like him as an option this week, the Cowboys are currently conceding the highest points per minute to all halfbacks out of every team. So he's certainly a good pick for that. And you've got to think that Nathan will be burning after missing that Storm game and last week. So it's, I think it's shaping up, and I can feel it. I think there is a big Nathan Cleary score coming soon. Whether it's this week or not, I don't know. Because the one thing that is something that I would be reluctant to put a straight C on Nathan is he only has a top score of 88 at Combat. That's not great. That's not what we'd ideally want for a captaincy. Ideally, we want that 100+ score. So I think if you can go with the VC option, that's the way to go. The next cab off the rank, and also playing on the Friday night, is James Tedesco. We can see here that he's had a career average of 75.1 against the Bunnies. He's also averaging just about 75 as well for the year, so about right. And the only reason that we've included him, however, is due to those two massive scores last year. He put 135 and 140 on the Bunnies, and we know his class. He has the ability to go massive in any game against any opposition, and that's why we've included him in this list. But I have a funny feeling that this game has a local derby, just that flavour written all over it. It's going to be a tight game. The Bunnies have done well. The Roosters not so much. I think form goes out the window. It's going to be tight. And so for me, he's not an option this week, purely because I think it could be a low-scoring game. And I just don't know how it's going to play out. Not an option for an armband for me. The next one that I'd be looking at, or I am looking at, is Clint Gutherson. Now, I've listed his average there as 4 for the season, and that's wrong. It's obviously a massive average. He's started really, really well for the Dragons. He's involved in all of their attack. We don't have stats really to base it on because he's not played the Eels much at all in his career. I think it was one game for Manly, and he got a 4 because he was off the bench. So can't really read the stats. But the Eels are not playing well this year at all. In fact, they've conceded over the 4 games 10 tries already to wingers alone, and that's not counting any other positions. I know that a couple fullbacks have scored a couple. They're one of the worst defensive sides in the league. Gutho is just so heavily involved in the Dragons' attack. I can see him putting away one or both of his wingers for try assists this week. So that's why, for me, I think he's a VC or a C option. So it's one that I am heavily contemplating, but it's hard. Like this season, it is so hard to go against Payne Haas. He is, I don't know if Beast Mode does it justice. He's just been absolutely on fire. The form player of SuperCoach, the stats there, they read themselves. He's just a ridiculous average of over 100 so far. And I think, the most ridiculous stat so far is that his lowest score this season is 82. Like, that's insane. I don't think you could go wrong with Payne Haas, and it's almost shaping up that this podcast or video might be redundant for the rest of the year, because if he keeps doing this all year, you could almost leave the C on him for the whole season and not be disappointed. So that has shaped what we are picking for this week. VC Nathan Cleary into a C of Payne Haas. It's really tough to go past Payne. He's just on another level at the moment. One player I do like as a potential, if you're feeling a little bit crazy, want something a bit risky, Jaden Campbell. I think he's the key to the Titans' attack, and they're up against the Dolphins. They're also not defending very well at all. There's 2 teams that haven't won any games yet, the Dolphins and the Eels. So I think they are the ones to target going forward. I think we'll see a couple of other teams join them in the coming weeks of positions to target, teams to target, and really try to play those matchups. But I think they're the 2 standouts at the moment as who we should be targeting for armbands, who we're playing against, I should say. And so, I don't mind Jaden Campbell if you're feeling a bit risky, but I'd probably look at something like VC into a C of Payne Haas. It's really tough to go against him with the form that he's showing. Anyway, we'll leave it there for this week. Once again, drop your armband choices in the comments. Good luck for your round for SuperCoach. Like and subscribe. If you're not in the Discord, jump in, and we'll see you next round.